What's up, drivers? I just wanted to give a huge heartfelt thank you to everyone who has donated since the first video was posted. You can donate as little as £2, and if 35 of you watching did just that, we would hit our target. But now, it's on to the challenge. Let's go. For this video I'm going to be doing a lot more commentary than usual, as there's a lot of time-lapse sections where not a lot happens, but the clips will return to normal play speed as and when something noteworthy does happen. Can you see the road? It's so ridiculous, like how steep those sudden dips are, you just cannot see what's on the other side. I did a vote over in my Discord server about some specific parameters to do with the rules of my challenge. First is that I'll be given a 3-second grace window for entering new speed zones due to the speed tracking delay of my dashcam. Second, I shan't be penalised for exceeding the very low 5 to 15 mph speed limits at service stations. Right, 20 but only when lights flash. I don't see no flashing lights, so I'm going to continue 30. Just as a reminder that the rules for speeding in this challenge was that if I exceed the speed limit by 10% plus 1 mph, that a 5-minute time penalty will be added to my final time. This penalty can be added again after 90 seconds has passed. Right, they're waiting for me, okay. Friendly Scottish drivers helping me out once again. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, you have no idea. A touch further up the road, I make my second driving mistake of the road trip. Ooh, that was a bit too sketchy.
Medium right, concentrate! Sammy, you are wrecking the car!
Right, let's calm it down a bit. It's just so exciting, these roads are so good. Do you know what I mean? It feels like I'm in Need for Speed or Gran Turismo, except if I actually take a corner way too fast, I'm not just gonna get to reset. Thankfully, due to how breathtaking the views were out here and following my near whoopsie, I was taking it very steady on this stretch while being slightly mesmerised by my surroundings, hence the sudden shocked reaction. Shit. Good thing I won't send in it. Is that a donkey? You fucking donkey! You can clearly tell from my in-car commentary and demeanour that my spirits were currently rather high, but unfortunately that's not something that I keep up for the entirety of the trip, although we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. First, it's time to greet an old friend from part 1. You are welcome. Wait, is he the same geezer that I passed on the way in? I think he might be, you know, the same one that I slammed on for the first time. Now, my gaming channel Jaguar Palace has been left to rot for the last year, but I'm thinking about doing a let's play over there of my favourite game of all time, Final Fantasy X. At some point soon with some mods installed that make the game infinitely harder, so please go and subscribe to that channel if that's something you'd be interested in. The regular videos that I used to make over there will also be making a comeback soon. Coming up, we have another example of the glorious selfless nature of the Scottish drivers. Alright, okay, thank you, I appreciate it, thank you. This section became the first downward turning point of the trip for me. I'd maybe jinxed it by thinking how great of an idea it was to do the challenge overnight, since headlights made oncoming cars infinitely easier to see on these roads, but I think being so far away from home and having so much driving to do, alone, overnight, was starting to freak me out a little bit. I rang my girlfriend for a bit and, well, just listen to this snippet as we lose connection. I don't like being on my own. I can't wait to get back. The main reason I had her on the phone wasn't actually for moral support. It was so that she could remotely record some B-roll for me, as both the Currant and Ardgour ferry ports had live webcams on the website, which I asked her to screen record on her phone. So enjoy this next segment of me getting extremely confused with an extra camera angle.
Yeah, the screen recording works.
Cool.
So I've got this ferry going out.
Alright, well, I'm about to turn into it now. You should see a truck in a second.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I just saw a truck.
Okay, I'm behind the truck.
Is that you?
Hey. Should I put my hazards on? Can you see me?
Can I stick my arm out the window?
Stick my arm out the window?
You're being blinded by the truck, I can't see shit.
I don't know where the fuck you go. Yeah, bro, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't think the truck knows either. Oh, okay. I see. Got this a bit wrong, didn't I? From 9:30 it's 30-minute intervals. Fuck, 'cause I'm going to be sat here for like 23 minutes. Oh, I may as well turn my engine.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I can see the John Lewis one moving. Sorry, I get comfortable.
This is weird. Yeah, the cramming is in like sardines. Oh!
You moving?
I'm moving.
I can see.
Oh, this doesn't feel right. I can see Ardgour leaving me in the background. I can also see on Google like exactly where I am across the river. It's making me feel a bit seasick. Oh, there we go, we've docked.
Just a car go through the bit where I can see. I don't know what that means.
I'm not behind the truck, I'm behind a Skoda Yeti.
Yeah, I won't be able to see that. Probably. It's trying to make shit out of me.
Right, I'm going past the queue now. There's a van to my left and a queue of cars to my right.
There's a stream of cars.
Right, I'm in that stream of cars. I'm like the third or fourth one back. Third, I think. I'm indicating right out of the junction. And away I go. Before I set off on my trip, I'd pre-arranged to meet up with Tom J in Glencoe to have a little drive with him back down through Glasgow. So I park up at our meeting point and decided to have a little check-in with myself. I just wanted to do a brief little check-in and talk about mental health. I don't know how long it's been happening, it's probably been bubbling underneath the surface for a while, but New Year's Eve was the first time that I realised I was starting to have pretty constant panic attacks. Even though I'm doing this amazing trip and it's my 30th birthday, on the way up I've been having just constant panic attacks. They've not been too bad today. I've really enjoyed my driving today, but I've got another 10 hours ahead of me. This is really hard for me. This is a big trip. Well, the biggest of my life. I have doubts. There's a small part of me that's just like, I'm going to see the M62 and I'm going to want to turn left and just go home and get in bed. You've got to battle those voices away and be like, I'm doing this for a reason. It was fun when I came up with the idea, so why the fuck is it not fun now?
1 hour later.
The first little stretch of following Tom went great. My spirits were still rather high, and I was enjoying the journey. Tom even made a pro-boss move in considering my rules for the driving challenge. Let's have a listen.
Incoming call. Press the pickup button to answer.
Yo.
Hey, just to check, there's a very long straight coming up, which we should be able to get past these without breaking speed limit if it's clear. I just wanted to check before I go ahead and do it, and then you're left behind.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it's like a 2 mile long straight, so it'll be golden.
Now I know that Tom feels kind of bad about what happened a little further up the road, no matter how many times I goodwill hunting him about it.
It's not your fault. I know, it's not your fault. Alright? It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
But a chain of things caused me to make my first slip up with speeding of the trip. Now I have no idea why, but it's from this point until our next stop that the panic attacks I'd mentioned suddenly came back. Possibly talking about them to the camera at my last stop had planted the seed in my head for them to start again, but this was the absolute worst that they were throughout the entirety of the trip. So I wasn't 100% in the room, so to speak. I was just following Tom on autopilot at this point. We then come across a 30 zone that transitions into a national speed limit section, and the car in front of Tom abandons a pretty stupid uphill overtake, which I imagine made him lose focus on the speed limit, and because I was for all intents and purposes at this point a zombie, I blindly accelerated behind him, making what you're about to see the first 5-minute time penalty of the trip so far.
Excellent work there, sir.
From here, the intensity of my panic attacks increased to physical symptoms, much worse than during my drive up the night before. My face went fully numb, my hands were tingling, and I was sweating buckets. As we switch to the interior cam for a little bit here, you can see me constantly checking my pulse, wiping sweat from my head and face, and I keep stimming by readjusting my hat. Thankfully, our next stop wasn't far at all, but as I park up, I was certain that I was going to have a crash.
Wait, hang on, buddy. Hang on, buddy.
later...
During our stop at McDonald's, I confided in Tom about what I'd been going through, and as we both sat in his Passat for a little while, his calming presence was enough to bring me back down to earth. You know, it's funny, I proper thought that van was going to hit me when I was parking in, you know. I was like, is he about to get twatted? I know, I was hovering like that as I was trying to park. Right then.
Sweet. Ready?
Ready. Wounded. See you later, Tom. Oh, he stopped for me, bless him. Tom gets himself back in front to lead the journey as we head into Glasgow, which was equally stunning as it was congested. The sheer amount of traffic, even at 10 PM, was absolutely mental. It was probably somewhat of a blessing that I didn't have to deal with daytime Glasgow the day before. Tom helps me out one final time before we part ways, but after parting ways with Tom, I was barely even halfway through my journey just yet. But at least I'd done the hardest part already. Right?
He's going to come down to Motorway with me, isn't he?
Mobile.
Incoming call. Press the pickup button to answer.
Hey up, this is where I'm turning off. You want to be in the right lane. I'm turning off here.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Good luck.
Cheers for the assist. Next time on the Panic Attack Chronicles. Well, this might have killed the sub hours, but...
Arms are heavy as vomit on a sweater already. Mom's spaghetti.
Right, where is it? Come on! Shit, bro!